day one of we're gonna hook into the Isuzu and focus on getting the new turbo on. Got a bit of stuff to do, so today's goal is I'll focus on deleting the EGR cooler. Went with the HPD delete blades. Yeah, we'll focus on getting the EGR cooler deleted, stripping all the airbox and everything out of it, cooler piping, just anything that's going to be in our way while we're trying to take that turbo off. So let's see how we go. Yeah. But before we start, make a coffee. I forgot a spoon, so I'll be back. Alright, easy as that. Sort of got a little bit ahead of myself. I started tinkering or waiting on that jet boil. Taking heat shield off this side of the EGR, taking this cooler pipe off. So what we're going to do now is I think we'll go turbo pipe, dismantle the airbox, oil breather. Yeah, put it back in when we're done. It's all pretty easy stuff to take out. This isn't everything here, but we've got the PPRC. They come with their own dump pipe, oil feed, and all gaskets too. Yeah, speaking to Manny at Desta, he had a big range of different turbos we could have gone with, but after talking and everything, that's just what we chose was best for us in our needs. Manny done all the tune and everything to this originally. Everything was perfect. It towed like a damn freight train. It was good on fuel, and really nothing to complain about. Just unlucky, hit a certain point and turbo had enough. So time for an upgrade and get it pulling like an absolute train again. A lot of controversy. Everyone reckons you start messing with cars with tunes and upgrading them and doing this and that. That's what causes certain things. Could be, could not be, I don't know. I'm not the biggest believer in it. If it happens, it happens, sadly. That's cars. That's toying with them, that's changing them. But as a stock car, it wasn't performing enough. It was horrible on fuel. It was doughy. And you could really feel the weight. Once we done the work, we tuned it, we changed a few things. So I just went cooler piping, bigger intercooler. It's probably twice, maybe more than twice the size of the factory one. We went with a transcooler as well, just to keep the tranny nice and cool. Exhaust, just all pretty basic stuff really, nothing too full on. And a tune on a piggyback ECU system, so we could change it. Also, we had a high power mode, a tow mode, and then stock. Awesome thing to have, awesome thing to be able to flick between. So if we were, say, up in the Cape, doing a few tracks, it's nice to have that bit more power for certain things, but then be able to come back, hook the van up, switch it over at the click of a little button, and tow the van for, I think when we first got the van, we got about 400 Ks out of the tank, and that's pretty shit. Once we got the tune and everything done a bit of extra work, we now sit at like an easy 650 Ks to a tank, which much happier with, you know. It gets pretty expensive if you're only getting 400 Ks. That extra 200 Ks makes a pretty big difference in your daily drive. That's what we've got, that's what we're doing, that's why we're doing it. Not ideal, we'll sort of We wanted to be gone in sort of the next couple of weeks. It's still very doable, but I'm not rushing anything. I'll get this done. With the new dump pipe, we do have to adjust to suit the existing exhaust. Not by much. It's got a full 2.5 inch dump pipe, and just sort of in the end of it, we'll have to have a flare pushed out to a 3 inch to suit the rest of the exhaust, and probably shorten to, the original one's a little bit shorter. The bottom side will crack in and dismantle some shit. I'll check in every now and then when I feel the need to do so. Bit on, really got a bit carried away and run around looking for tools and shit like that. It's probably the most frustrating part about having to, be back home now working on something. You pack everything away, you only take certain things away with you that you think you'll need, and then obviously when you need to come and do something like this, you need a lot more than your standards of basically working on a car. So yeah, pretty much everything's cracked on the EGR cooler now, so it's just a matter of sort of undoing it and stuff. Give you a rough look. So they're cracked, ones at the back are cracked, just have to undo the hose clamps for the cooler. Got a bit of a brothel going on here, brothel going on back here too. Again, after packing everything away that you own, becomes a bit of a hassle. But get through it, like I said, and I'm going to sort of take my time with it, not rush too hard. It's fucking muggy here in southeast Queensland. It's been raining flat stick. Rains flat stick, then we get a bit of sunny weather. Muggy as a mofo. Plodding along. Cooler's out. Easy. Not so easy, but it's out. That's the main thing. That wasn't as bad as what I was thinking, in a sense. Just need to get a new stud and a bolt, I think. For the back here, the EGR was, there's a stud and one was a bolt, and they're pretty long. I think by the time I put new plates in, both the bolt and the stud are going to be too long to suit what we're going to need. I'll check in again when I know more, or when I know what I'm doing a bit more. We got the EGR cooler off, and then I can put one of the blank plates on straight away. But the back one, as I said before, I need to replace the stud. It's Saturday, there's no fasteners open or anything. I might just have to tape that hole up for the day come Monday, I'll be able to go get new bolts to replace the stud and the existing bolt because they're long as f***. I think for now, I'm gonna start working on taking the dump pipe off. It needs to be taken off anyways because we're replacing it with a new one. I'll probably start actually fucking taking the turbo and stuff off. We'll try it out, heating it. I think it's pretty slim chances from what everyone talks about. You usually need to heat them up a bit. I need to go get hoses too. So the EGR cooler hoses are getting linked. And we also need to get another hose to link the cooler hoses for the turbo eventually. It is so muggy, it's not even funny. If I do anything different or something happens, I'll keep it posted, but again. Got a bit carried away with some stuff. End up pulling the whole turbo off, manifold. That's it there. My turbo manifold doesn't quite match turbo. Just don't quite match. It's a bummer, but drill them and thread them, I think. Tomorrow or Monday, fresh eyes, fresh mind, I'll do up a list and everything like that, head down to town, and I'll be able to pick up all the things I'm pretty sure I need. I'll see you on Monday. It's Monday. Yesterday was a bit of a wash. Couldn't really do much when there's no fasteners open or shops or anything like that. So today we're going to go downtown, we're going to go get the manifold drilled and tapped, we're going to go get bolts and just a few other hoses, clamps and stuff like that I think I'm going to need. A bit of vacuum hose. See you down there. Alright, so it's the afternoon, back in the shed clearly. A friend of mine, he drilled and tapped the new studs into the manifold for me. What we did today is we got all the heat wrap for the downpipe, coolant hoses, anything we need to heat throughout the process. Studs are now in the manifold, have the new bolts for the turbo. Might as well hook in and start doing some shit.
8 hours later.
It's like 1:30 in the morning. Manifold's on, studs are in the back of the turbo. Yeah, so you can really see. Nothing really looks too different except the manifold's back on. So I'm gonna go have a wash, go to bed. See you tomorrow. Oh, we're back. It's Tuesday. Hooked in straight away this morning. Kids woke us up nice and early after a lovely late night. Everything's pretty much on or done. Bit of room. Oil feed's a bit long too, that's another thing, so I don't know what I'm really gonna do there. Whether I go try and have it shortened a bit. But at this point, everything's lining up alright. I just stuck the dump pipe on too. It runs pretty nicely. I'm having the existing brought down to 2.5 to feed into the dump pipe I got to suit the turbo. So, a bit more progress, which is good. And also got the weave to do the dump pipe, just to minimise as much heat as we can. Manifold's torqued, EGR plates are torqued, turbo and everything's just sort of in there loose for now. Just so I could look at what is actually going on. Right, a bit earlier this time, last night, 9 o'clock. I think I'm about to knock it on the head anyways for the night, but quick update, big update. Again, really shitty at keeping up with the filming and shit, but we'll get there. We are 80% there. Dang. Lovely. Tomorrow will be fill the coolant back up, we put a cooler pipe on, kick it in the guts, get it hot, check for leaks, Shake dog one. Oi, what are you doing? Not too bad, I reckon. Hopefully kick her in the guts tomorrow, and maybe even go for a little drive and see how we go. Thank you. Well, it's still daylight for once. We've done it, we've finished it, engine bay's back together. The only thing left to do is the exhaust, so we're going to actually go get it retuned. There's no back pressure, it's just a dump pipe at this point, so until then, you know, pointless, but let's have a look. I think it looks shit hot. Beautiful. Pipes all lined up pretty well mint. Airbox back in. Loud as hell. No, looking good. Very happy with it so far. Keen to get it on the keen to get it back on the dyno and see what we can get out of it. But other than that, nothing's too astronomical today. It's just a matter of getting it back together, getting that we did the oil feed. Thank you to Maddie, thank God. Fuck, that lighting is shocking. So shorten that oil feed up and everything like that, and it looks way neater in there now. Better than that big loop we had in it. So big shout out to you, Maddie. Thank you. See, I don't know if the lighting will allow it, but we'll see how it goes. The dump pipe, nicely wrapped, everything like that now. Looks good, should do its job. Penny come in for a sniff. Hey. Hey. I don't know, just... Yeah, that's where we're at. Exhaust tuned, and she's officially done. Cannot complain. At the start of this little bit of a project, I was a little bit dubious on how I was going to go. It was a bit, not so much out of my depth, but I hadn't worked on this car that deep, so had a few worries and everything, but just a matter of having a go and got it done. So can't really complain too much. Tomorrow, try and get the exhaust done, probably throw the bash plates and stuff back on too, because I haven't put them back on. I just took it for a drive. Just got to shorten my mid-section of the exhaust a bit, and that's a bit, I'll shorten it and bring it down to 2.5 inch to meet the dump pipe we had for the turbo. So we're back. Pretty much last day of motor work anyways. Till it's ready to go. Got a few other things to get spotties remounted and all the UHF and everything, all the antenna mounted back up, but pretty well done. Today's tune. Other than that, it's just a matter of putting bash plates and stuff back on. I'm sort of running the gauntlet a little bit, driving around without it, but it's just going to be highway run, and that's about it. This thing already drives a lot better than what it was. Once we get it tuned and everything, it'll be good. We'll get down to Manny at Desta. He's like an hour and a half away, so we'll get to drive, and it's supposed to be there at 10. I think we'll get there just after at this point with the traffic. There's the catch. Here at Desta. So I'll go in, have a talk, find out what the go is before I start filming too much. Yeah, hopefully we can get it on the rollers ASAP. Make some power! Can't complain with that. I don't know what the audio is like in here, but we'll sort it. Alright, pretty full on day. I didn't really film as much as what I wanted to, but a bit going on. We went in, put on the dyno. Out of purely my own fault, no one else but my own, I completely forgot about getting an EGR delete cable after doing the plates and everything like that. Proper cooked it, so it was just holding it back, and it wasn't limp mode, but it was limp mode type deal. So scurried around, Manny, the man, managed to get a hold of one for me and run down, pick that up for us, got it on, got it back on the dyno and everything like that, a few runs, and you'll see in the runs, yeah, made some really good power. I've left my dyno sheet there like a clown. What did we end up with? So on tune 1, we ended up with 172 horsepower and 518.2 newton meters of torque. Perfect for towing, man. Like, the driving difference in this already is just insane. And then on tune 2, bit of fun, I think we made a little bit over 200, but when I won it back to 202 horsepower, or 202.8, and 653.3 newton meters of torque. That's stupid, like, so good for this thing. I couldn't honestly be happier. Manny was super good about everything, helped us out heaps as per usual. Most helpful shop you're ever going to go to. If you're going to buy stuff, go there. If you're going to get stuff done, go there. Like, I cannot recommend that shop and Manny himself anymore. Like, the boys there are just awesome. So big shout out to the boys at Desta. Yeah, that's pretty much car done. A few little things to tidy up and all that sort of jazz, and all the fun bits before we get on the road again. I'll film a bit more over.
Signal lost.
Okay. I'll film a bit more over the next couple of weeks while we get ready and do some stuff. But until then, car stuff's done. Hopefully, give us a bit of insight on how I did things, what we did exactly, and yeah, pretty happy. So until then, see you next time.